Hi, welcome to tonight's show. Tonight's Mike's guests will be Wilson Gabbard and Danny Wood talking for the Key Club, and special guest Kelly Morgan from News 25. And of course, here we are with Mike Hatfield. Applause track.
Yeah.
Hi, Andy.
Hi, Mike.
Hi, and thank you all. Hello, and welcome to Plants Today. I'm your host, Mike. Today we're going to be talking with two of today's leading ecologists in the Washington area, Andy Kerr and B.J. Carragher. B.J., Andy, let's step on over and talk about plants. Andy?
Yes, Mike.
How do you feel about vegetation and how do you think it relates to today's society? Thank you.
Well,
and
I think it's real important,
B.J. Carragher.
especially in today's world where we have plants and trees, even if they are plastic, just because it adds that special touch.
B.J., explain to me how a plant can actually better the air and lower pollution content in today's society.
Well, see, it's all in the system of the plants. You know, see, they give off the whatever it is they give off, and we breathe it in, and that's how it helps.
Okay, now how does this provide for a much cleaner society?
Because it's clean.
Because it's clean. Okay, I'd like to thank both of you for coming on today, and I really appreciate it, BJ.
No problem.
Andy, thank you for coming on. And tune in next week when we're going to have guests from Peoria area to talk about plants. Thank you for joining us tonight. No, I'm sorry. It's... Applause.
Applause track.
Here, get rid of this plant. Oops. Just kidding. It's not right. It's WCHS Today, and I haven't been here for so long. How long's it been, Andy?
Real long, probably for almost as long as I've been watching the show.
With Michael Jackson. Yeah, it has. It's been one entire year since I haven't been here. And Jim Tallman and the band is out tonight because they're in some kind of band rehearsal. They're going to be playing, I think, tomorrow night.
Yeah.
At, just agree with me if you don't know. They're going to be playing tomorrow night, I think, at Hotel Paramarquette, I think, down in Peoria. I think so. Rumor has it, but I think actually that was the chief excuse to get out of the show this week. But anyway, as I understand, next week we're going to have a great band feature. That will be, of course, the first week in February. And we're looking at some incredible music next week, so make sure to be tuned in for that. Jim Tallman, as I mentioned, is not here, so Andy Kerr is filling in for him. And Andy, tell us a little bit about yourself. What's happened to you since Christmas?
Well, since Christmas? Oh, well, I got a part in the spring musical I'm real excited about.
What part would that be?
The policeman. It's kind of like the part I had in the fall play. Two lines.
2 lines?
Yeah, but I get to sing too, and I'm really looking forward to that.
Now, can you let us in a little bit about the play and tell us what it's
Hello,
made?
Dolly. It's
Oh, really?
Yeah.
It's a
one of my
fine
personal favorites.
a fine production. I've never seen it, but from what I hear, it's a stage extravaganza.
Mm-hmm.
And did you get what you wanted for Christmas, Andy?
Mike, it's January, but yes.
I haven't. Well, I'm just getting caught up. I haven't been here for a while. And
yes, I did. I got a nice new camera lens. How about you, Mike?
I got some clothes, some more clothes, some socks, some ties, some more ties, some more socks.
Yeah.
Some
Pretty
clothes.
exciting, huh?
Yeah,
Hey,
and
I
got this. I got this watch.
I see you still have your ring.
I see you still have yours.
Join the club.
Yeah. We just haven't felt that there's somebody worthy of taking this ring off our finger yet.
That's right.
I think for them to be accepted into our high society here, they have to realize the potentially dangerous. No, this is Andy here is begging practically right now, and for somebody to take his ring. So, you gonna be with us here for a while, Andy?
Oh yeah.
Or are you gonna kind of move away from us like you did with the show that you had planned to come on about
The show, well,
about 5 months ago, huh?
yeah, that wasn't 5 months ago. It was about 3 months ago. I was going to start the show, and I actually did start it over Christmas vacation, but.
But you stopped.
No, but my father ran the camera, and nothing was on the tape.
Oh,
So-
sure, Andy.
This is true. I actually had this huge thing already done, and I went in, real excited, put it in the old VCR, and there was nothing on the tape except fuzz. It was,
Yeah, that's a new one.
Yeah.
Was the lens cap still on?
The lens cap was off.
It was off?
It was off.
Okay, and you did push play and record on the
Well, I
VCR.
don't know. He ran the camera.
So he's done this before then, obviously.
I don't know.
How did the family pictures turn out? I'm just curious.
Just
Finger
great.
on the lens there. Yeah, what you see in the viewfinder is what you get. So that's it's important. I got me a disc camera.
Did you?
And those are nice cameras. It wasn't one of the Kodak disc cameras. It was, of course, one of the cheaper.
The audience is just gonna really get into.
Let's hear the audience. Is the audience here tonight, Dan?
Hey!
Yeah.
Right, audience on soundtrack. Yeah.
Yeah, audience on
pick it up
soundtrack.
at a store near you.
Yeah. From the makers of WCHS Today.
Audience
Well, as you mentioned, Andy, we have a fabulous show lined up today.
Fabulous.
We have, who do we have, Andy?
We have Wilson Gabbard and Danny Wood.
Danny Wood, and they're going to be here to talk about the pancake sale, which is going on at locations everywhere.
Everywhere.
But first, Andy got in a bit of a traffic accident, a mishap with the law, and I think we all should hear about it.
Thanks, yeah. Well, the guy was speeding, of course, and I made a illegal left turn from the wrong lane.
Now, wait, Andy, just how many lanes were there that you cut across when you did this?
I cut across one lane.
There was one lane, that's right. When you
There's
have
three lanes.
fingers
Three
like
lanes. I cut across one of them. I was in the middle lane. Make a turn. I didn't see him. He was in my blind spot.
That. And what'd you do to him?
I ruined his right rear fender, panel, whatever it is, by his tire, and his bumper, and his taillights and all that kind of stuff. It was really
so.
fun.
I understand. Yeah, I understand. You have a ticket for this too. And
I got ticketed.
Can we zoom in on this camera, man? You know where the
Yeah, I
zoom
got my
button is, right,
license
DJ?
taken away, and they gave me this to drive on. You get that on there?
Can you get this? To whom it? Yeah. Wait, where's the focus button? Put the VCR on hold till we get the focus.
Focus. Okay. Yeah, as you see here, you got
Just as it gets it focused,
my
Andy
name and
moves
stuff,
it.
and right here's the violation. Improper lane usage, improper turn from wrong lane. I got to go to court the 27th to plead innocent. because it's a work day and there's no witnesses, so the guy won't be able to show up. So I'm pretty excited about that. America, I love this country. You can get away with anything.
Thanks, Andy.
Except that.
Except that. Boy, I've lost all faith in Andy. Well, I tell you what we're going to do now, because we get the sign from the back here, which usually means bring on the other guest, Mike. And so why don't we do that right now? Without any further ado, some audience appreciation here, of course. Yeah. The pancake people, huh?
Yeah.
Thanks, Andy. It's been great, huh? Danny Wood and Wilson Gabbard, tell us a little about yourselves. What are your hobbies? What are you doing here in school today?
Well, my name's Danny Wood, and I'm a sophomore at this Washington High School. And as you already know, me and Wilson are cheering Pancake Day for Key Club this year. And it's the second annual Pancake Day, and it's all the pancake and sausage you can eat for adults for $3, and children for $2 for tickets in advance, and $3.50 at the door.
Well, Wilson, you're looking like you're ready to jump in there and tell us something.
Ready.
He's saying everything.
At the door.
Okay.
Yeah,
Well,
what
are your hobbies, Dan?
Why don't you ask Wilson?
Okay, Wilson, what are your hobbies?
I love study hall here.
Now, who would be the teacher of the study hall that you're in, Wilson? What? Who? Mr.
Mr. Hoff?
Yeah,
Huff
that's exactly
or something
right.
like that. I don't know.
No, but he is a fine teacher here at the high school, and I really appreciate
Exciting teacher.
I really appreciate that. Why don't you tell us a little bit about the pancake dinner too?
It's February 14th here at the High School Commons, sponsored by the Kiwanis, and the proceeds from it will go to help community activities. For example, the Polio Plus program to help people with polio, and it's basically.
And also the funds will go to help send some of the Key Clubbers to state convention this year. And
Where's state convention this year, huh? Hello, TV studio.
State convention this year.
Let me check. Is Joanna Roper here? No. No, she isn't. You're welcome.
As I was asking you, Mike, where is state convention this year?
Yeah, where is it?
Yeah, we're asking
that
you.
is the question. Where is it?
We have no idea.
Where is state convention this year? Chicago?
Rosemont.
Rosemont? Really?
Yeah.
That's an excellent place.
Yeah, that's where it's at. It's at
Yeah.
Rosemont.
Rosemont.
That's a great place. Now, how long have you guys been in Key Club?
2 years. Well,
I've been in, I don't know, this semester, basically.
This semester, okay.
Yeah, that's all.
and also the proceeds will go to help pay for the induction banquet for officers and for Key Club members.
Oh, I won't be there this year.
It's too bad.
Okay, I'll be there. Only if there's lots of La Gondola food again. Everybody always brings that same dish, you know. Instead of bringing homemade spaghetti, they try to throw it. They throw La Gondola spaghetti, but they always try to throw it in their own bowls, so nobody will know.
But getting back to the pancake day,
we're out of time today.
as an incentive, Mr. Woodward has made us a wager. We have these. Each Key Club member has received 10 tickets to sell, and he can sell more as he needs more. And Mr. Woodward has bet us that we cannot sell $2,000 worth of tickets as a club total. And if we do happen to sell $2,000 worth of tickets or more, he is willing to donate his mustache. In other words, let somebody shave
donate it.
off
So
his face.
who's he going to give this to?
Well, he's going to allow, I don't know, maybe Dave Nixon or somebody.
I'm curious here now. When are you going to shave this mustache? When's the deadline for this? Wouldn't happen to be on a Thursday, would it?
No.
Like at 4 o'clock or so?
No.
It'd be a shame if we had to get some video of this, or we could just kind of shave it live on the show.
That's an idea.
Oh, $3,000.
Well,
Look at the
no,
way he's pushing this money.
$3,000. Another Kiwanis member, Mr. Tyndall, has said that if we sell $3,000 worth of tickets, he will also donate his mustache. Allow somebody to.
So we're certainly going to have an abundance of hair then. That's nice to know. Anything we can donate here? I mean, besides that, can we shave your head, Mr. Woodward?
No.
That's for 5,000.
5,000, 6,000, 7.
I get to keep 2.
Oh well, yeah. He's gonna pocket some of this.
But this is the Pancake Day is really a pretty big fundraiser. It helps.
What do we usually make off that? Like, I mean,
this year
last year,
our-
how much
I
did we
think our
raise
pro-
for it?
Well, this year our projected income is like, I think somewhere around $1,900 or something.
What was it last year?
Last year,
It was
Facts and figures.
last year was kind of since it was our first year, we didn't know how much food to buy. Therefore, we bought an excess amount of food, and unfortunately, not as many people showed up as we had planned. Therefore, net gain of not too much.
yeah, there weren't.
Therefore, I lost you back in the. So what you're saying is that we lost big time.
Well, we gained money, but it wasn't as much. We gained like what?
We gained
$400, $700.
But most of the
And
money
we had
was.
800 pounds of butter left over, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
We went, I think we
Hatfield didn't sell.
used the butter to skate on or something.
I'm working on those tickets right now. Those of you in my neighborhood, I'll be to your house soon. So, how can people pick up tickets if they want to come to this?
Key
This
Club.
is your, tell 'em about the teams.
Yeah, this is your time.
Yeah,
this is your
this is my
question.
time.
You've studied for this.
Yeah.
Put it to a test now.
All the key clubbers will be like assigned to teams, and they will go through throughout our great town.
You'd be like wearing jerseys or something.
Well, we were hoping Mr. Wilbur might be able to give us like some sort of badge or something, a sticker or something to stick on our shirt too.
Or matching ties or something
Yeah.
like that.
Matching
But we
ties
don't
with
wanna wear the
Mr.
blue
You mean the big
blazers.
wide ones like this? Uh-oh, he's not laughing.
And go throughout this great city, selling tickets throughout the town. Each person going to a different street and block.
Imagine it. Just imagine it if you would.
And also going to our merchants, having them buying tickets and selling to their employees.
Okay. So, I mean, are we going to have these sitting out at any of the merchants up in Washington or anything where they can come up? They're working on it, so
Yeah.
they can come up and get them there.
In the bank, in the foyer of the bank, we'll have a table set up where you can come in and buy tickets. That'll be tomorrow.
Tomorrow?
Tomorrow.
Okay, and when's the Pancake Day once again here?
The Pancake Day is February 14th from 7 to 11 in the morning.
Okay, well, thanks a lot for coming on. What? All you can
All
eat?
you can eat. Yeah.
Yes, all you can eat. It costs, once again, if you buy the tickets in advance, it's $3 for adults
Sausage.
and $1.50 per student. And
What about
It's-
doggy bags? I mean, if it's all you can eat, suppose like you
suppose
fill
maybe
your
if
plate
you
up
had
with
some
like
leftovers.
60 of them, you know, and you don't eat 40 of them.
That's illegal, but
That's illegal. We'll have armed guards standing over you as you eat there. And
the sausage is really good. It's all the pancakes and sausage you can eat, and it's
why don't you tell us
high
about
quality.
the sausage? What kind of sausage is it? What's it made of?
It's round, about like
Yeah.
Round?
Pre-cooked, you know,
Yeah.
the best kind.
How many calories?
like I don't know.
Okay, what's the grease content? And what's the ratio
Are
of
these trick
meat to
questions?
fat? No, that's it.
Anyway, it'll be cooked right there in the spot. It's not like it's gonna be cooked over in Australia.
And then microwaved.
Shares.
Yeah, shipped from abroad.
No, it'll be
It'll be
good
right
food.
there.
Just a little closer to home.
Just a little
Homemade
closer to home.
effect.
the homemade effect.
Okay, well, thanks a lot for coming on,
Yeah.
guys. I appreciate it.
Thank you.
Like to see everybody there for the pancake day. I know I'll be there. You know, it's bad when you can hear the humming of the lights in here. We need people to make a little more noise. Just move around your chairs or something like that. Or let us know you're here. Thanks, Thanks, guys. Well, Andy, you want to come over and introduce our next guest for us?
Can I?
Yeah. We usually don't do this, but since Jim isn't here, we're going to just try something really crazy and nutty.
Whoa.
Can you take the drumsticks away? Okay.
Sit down again.
Well, Andy, who's our next guest?
Kelly Morgan from News 25.
Hey, yeah. Huh? Bye, Andy. Thanks.
Hello.
Okay, Andy, back in your cage. Thanks. Thanks. Well, no, we were lucky to get you here tonight, and I understand that
Day off,
and every Thursday is your day off here.
right?
And last week we couldn't have you on because of what was it, Mr. Woodward? You had to take some kind of test or something? Meeting, yeah. He has a lot of those on Thursdays. Andy wants his drumsticks over there, so thanks, Andy. Fetch. Go get your drumsticks, Andy. So how's the news business lately?
Pretty good. Keeping busy. Getting ready for ratings, which start very shortly in February. It means lots of good movies to watch on television.
Yeah. And it means news is going to be beefed up. Everybody's going to be right there on the spot for anything that
right.
happens. And speaking of ratings, what's the deal here? I've noticed a lot of cuts from leading another television station here in Peoria.
We're still number one.
Still
Channel
number one.
25 came out good and strong in the November book, so we're still trying to keep on top of that lead.
Even though somebody else would like you to think that 25 is actually under.
That's right.
Well, we can say 31, I guess, you know, but they're just numbers, right? But on their latest commercials here, I mean, they have people that are really just kind of low blows there. We should have brought one of those so we could have aired them just for kicks, but we didn't. It's probably illegal. What the heck? We've done illegal things before. How'd you get involved in media?
Well, I always wanted to be in television. I knew from the time I was in grade school, high school, this is what I wanted to do. So when I went to college at Northern, I got involved in radio right away, and then through my classes, did a lot of TV work, and interned at Channel 25. They hired me part-time when I was a senior. Then I drove back every weekend from DeKalb and worked at Channel 25, and then they hired me full-time when I graduated, and I've been there almost 4 years now.
What'd you do when you first got a job there?
I was a weekend reporter.
Weekend reporter?
Yeah.
So you went out, did you anchor news now, or did you
No,
go out?
then I just was the reporter. I came in on Saturday mornings and made all the cop calls and then looked at the list of things that were going on for the day, and I was the only one on Saturdays, which is typically the case in a market the size of Peoria, one person getting all the news. So I would run around and get 4 to 6 stories that day and write them up, and then eventually I was filling in anchoring when some of the anchors were gone, and then when the previous anchors left, they moved me into the weekend anchor spot.
Okay. When you worked in like radio, did you like that at all?
Yeah, I really enjoyed
ya?
radio. It's different because in radio you have to make your words give people the pictures, and in TV you have to make sure that your words are colorful but that they match the pictures. So there's one more element you have to keep in mind when you're in television.
What radio station did you work at?
I work for a public radio station, WNIU-FM in DeKalb.
Was that what'd you do there? Did you?
I hosted All Things Considered. It's the afternoon news program from National Public Radio, and so I produced and anchored all the local segments. and I was the education reporter, so I sat through many a school board meeting.
That could get kind of boring after a while.
Yeah.
Not that school board meetings are boring or anything, but so were you a DJ on the radio at all?
Yeah, I tried that for a while. I wasn't very
You
good
didn't
at
like
it.
that?
I worked at the student-run station for a while too, and I did news. And I thought, well, we'll try this disc jockeying thing. And good thing I only tried it for a while and didn't try to make a career out of that because I didn't do too well at that.
Okay. Now, it looks like you have a fun time doing reunions, though, huh? Is that...
That was a long time ago.
Yeah, Sarah brought that tape tonight that we had no idea what it was, and it looks like you're having a ball doing a reunion.
Yeah, and I haven't seen that tape since 1979, which I think is when it was shot. When I was in high school, we were at a family reunion. And
Everybody figure that out at home. They're doing it right now. I can tell. Let's see. What's her age? Right now. 4 years ago, 5 years ago, back in '79. little drum over there.
Oh
Andy?
yeah.
So you grew up here in the Peoria area. What school
right.
did you go to?
I went to Limestone. Well, first I went to Bartonville
Oh.
Grade School, and then I went to Limestone.
So you didn't go to like Washington or anything like that?
No.
Darn. I guess that shoots down my next 12 questions here. So what kind of activities were you in high school? Did
I
they
was
have
in
like a media program or something?
No, well, I was in speech, and I did radio speaking, that event. I competed in that for 4 years. I was in debate for a year. I was in drama club. I student directed Hello Dolly, as you all were just talking about not too long ago. And student directed Bye Bye Birdie, was in a couple of other plays. And I was in National Honor Society and just basics. I was in a lot of things.
The basics.
Yeah.
Not quite the basics for me though. At least not the National Honor Society.
Yeah.
We haven't quite moved into that yet. We're working on it though. Now you said you're on the speech team. What was it like doing radio? Did you like that?
Yeah, I enjoy that. Like I
I've seen a lot of
said,
people doing that.
I knew from an early age I wanted to get into news, so I thought this is the perfect background and training. So I started working on my career very young.
How'd you do in that?
I did pretty well.
Had to keep it. What was it? Timed like 5 minutes. A
They give you
newscast?
I think it was 45 minutes to prepare your script, and then you have to make it within 5 minutes or something. It's a long time ago.
Quite some time ago. So, what kind of interesting stories do you have to tell us about? Embarrassing newscast or anything like that? You ever have any
Well-
major flub ups?
Oh, we all have flub ups. You get into
show.
those,
We have a couple of them here.
it gets embarrassing when you're running light on time and you see us stretching at the end of the newscast. You always end up saying something foolish that you wish you wouldn't have said. But one of the most embarrassing things, and it didn't really come across on the air, but when I was in radio and I was working at the student-run station, I had been in a speech class, and a bunch of guys that I had worked at the radio station with were in the speech class, and the teacher at one point in the class looked at me and said, "Do you have a wallet?" And I said, "Well, yeah." And I was, what is he talking about? He said, "Stick it in your mouth," because I had been just sitting there gabbing away with everyone I was talking with. So later that day, I was at the radio station. I was doing a newscast, and it was a very serious story, and I was trying to keep a straight face. And I look up, and it was a glass window, and the disc jockey was on the other side, and like 3 guys were standing there with wallets in their mouths, trying to get me to crack up, and I did crack up. It was pretty hard not to.
And right in the middle of a serious newscast then. Huh?
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
Do you have any stories that are hard for you to do, do you think? I mean, any kind of subjects that are kind of touchy?
Well, it's real hard for me to do medical stories. I'm kind of queasy. I don't like looking at that surgery or bloody things, and I have a hard time with that.
Any other things you have trouble with?
Not really. That's basically the hardest one, and that would include accidents where you're at an accident and there are a lot of
You
bodies.
said when you first
gruesome
started working there,
details.
then you had the cop calls then? So how'd you handle those then? What's that usually?
What that entails is there's just a list of all of the police stations and fire stations in the central Illinois area, and you just go down the list and call every one of them every morning just to see if there are any things going on. So that way you can keep abreast of what's happening in the area.
Do you guys listen to a little scanner too?
Yeah, we have
Find out what's
scanner. We
going
have
on?
2 of them in the
And then you
newsroom.
take those out and you run around and chase them then, huh? Is that basically what you did? Did you chase those a lot
Well,
of
you don't
times?
really
or-
chase it. You wait to make sure that it is legitimately something that's going on, and it's something that's worthwhile of going on and covering.
What was your best news story that you've ever done? Think
I
real
really,
hard
I
here.
really enjoyed the series I did this past fall on the Diamond Star plant over in Bloomington. A photographer and I traveled down to Smyrna, Tennessee, and toured the Nissan plant there, and compared how that is going to be like the Diamond, or how that is like what the Diamond Star plant is expected to be like over in Bloomington Normal. That was a lot of work, a lot of time, but very interesting. I learned a lot doing that. That's probably the best thing about this job, is that every day you learn something new about whatever it is you're assigned to cover.
How long did it take you to put that story together? And then, like, how long was the story when it ran?
It ran, I would say, the end of October, and we probably started working on it the end of August, first part of September. So we started working on it for a long. It involved a lot of research, and then we shot about, I would say, 18 to 25 20-minute tapes, and narrowed that down to 3 parts. They ran between 2 and 4 minutes each. So
jeez.
It's a lot.
Isn't that kind of discouraging for you to
well,
put
it's more
together all that
discouraging
time on
for
it?
the photographer, because he shot all. He never fails to remind me either that we overshot the series, but it's real difficult, because you really have to go through and just pick the best of the best to get the point across.
Do you guys? Is it normal to overshoot that much, or?
In a series, it's normal because you have more time, and you really try to cover every single angle available, because you know you're going to have more time for it. And on a typical day, if you go out to shoot a story which runs 1.5 minutes to 2 minutes, you're probably going to shoot 1, maybe 2 tapes, because you don't have the time to sit and go through the tapes, for one thing. If you're getting back to the newsroom at 3 or 4 o'clock and it's got to hit the air at 6, you really don't have time to look through 40 minutes of tape. So you try to just only ask the questions on tape that you know that you might want to use, and the photographer tries to only get the shots that he thinks he would want to use, instead of just kind of playing around, because you just don't have the time.
Now, do you edit the tape yourself, or is that something that you do with the cameraman?
The photographer does the editing, and at our station anyway. It's not unusual for me to edit once in a while, but typically the photographer edits, and the advantage there is that the photographer shot the tape, so he knows what's on the tape. And I don't mean to always be saying he, but all of our photographers are males, so there are some female photographers in the Peoria area, though.
Okay, now, from as compared to like sitting and doing a newscast to doing special events or series, which one do you like better, do you think?
I think the reporting is something that you really need to do to keep on top of things, to anchor, especially on the weekends, because I'm producing as well as anchoring. Producing, which involves deciding which story goes where, how long each story will take. I really have to be on top of things that are going on so that I can make those decisions. And the reporting really keeps you in touch with people and what they want and what they're looking for, and it keeps you on top of the issues. And I'm a hyper person. I would get too antsy sitting in every day. I couldn't stand that.
Well, what do you want to do? Do you want to stay in media? Do you want to move and have your own news show, or what do you think you want to do later on?
I don't know. Right now, I'm enjoying anchoring and reporting. I think eventually, if I could still combine the two and move on to a bigger market, I would be happy to do that. But right now, I'm not in a big hurry to do that. But I think eventually I would like to.
What kind of market do you hope to move into? Where?
Anything larger. It's really a lot of, if they're looking for me at the same time I'm looking for them. Just
have you sent out lots
of
demo tapes?
I have over the years, once in a while. Primarily if they contact me, or I haven't been seeking them out. But not recently, but over the years I have.
So you don't really have any special place that you'd like to move to and do the news?
No, not at this stage.
Yeah, you don't want to move to some place in the middle. You want to move to a coastline someplace or something.
Someplace warm this time of the year is what you always think of.
Of course, the pay's pretty good in Chicago. What are some of the better markets to move into?
The way television markets work, for a lot of people that might not be familiar with it, is they're numbered or ranked from 1 to probably almost 200. The largest being number 1, New York, 2, Chicago, 3, LA. Or maybe I've got Chicago and LA backwards. I don't know. Anyway, we're about at 100 in Peoria. So logistically, you try to move up market sizes when you move. But it isn't always true that the bigger the market, the better the station. You really have to look at the qualities of the market. Peoria is only the 100th market, but it's got a lot of good things going for it. We've got a lot of big news stories that happen here, and all 3 stations being in Peoria keeps us all real competitive. And that's what I think has launched a lot of people from Peoria to some real big markets. And
Is it common for somebody to move up quite a few steps, or
Oh, yeah.
where do they usually go from Peoria?
Our most recent person that left was John Wingate, and he went to Minneapolis, which is in the top 15, I think.
Really?
And we have people in Atlanta, we have them in Phoenix, we have them all over
Atlanta's
the
a
place.
pretty good market, isn't
Yeah.
it? What is that, like
That's in the
5
top
to 10?
20 too.
20?
I'm pretty sure. St. Louis, we have a lot in St. Louis too.
Okay. What's it like working with Bill Houlihan there? How long has he been around? He's been around there since
For a long
about
time,
15?
as long as I can remember, and I
Yeah.
grew up watching Hooli. Hooli is kind of the father, grandfather to all of us. Real understanding. Hooli and I work together on the Children's Miracle Network telethon that airs, that helps St. Francis. So we take a trip out to Salt Lake City every year to do the promotions. Last year was the first year. We'll be going back out again this year. And Hooli is Hooli. I mean, the way he comes across in the air, that's how he is in person too. I mean, he's just a genuine person. He likes to talk, likes to tell you a good story, and yeah, just he doesn't put on any false airs at all. He's just real down to earth and as friendly as he comes across on the air. That's how he is in person.
Do you like doing specials like you said the telethon? Do you like doing that?
Yeah, that's real fun. That keeps the job
Keeps it interesting,
so
something
you don't
different.
feel like you're doing the same thing day in and day out.
I got another question for you too. When you guys shoot promos with some of the bigger news anchormen, have you done any of those?
No, I haven't.
You haven't?
I know Chris and Mac and John did them a few years ago, and they flew them out to New York for the weekend. And typically how it works is there's a line of about 100 television anchors, and they all take their turn with Tom Brokaw sliding in all of their names into the new slot to say, and here I am with...
And they just sit there, and so
Yeah.
it's something that happens really quick. Okay. You guys also got a new, satellite dish not too long ago. Didn't you get a new...
The baseball satellite?
Yeah,
or
were you guys using that though? I thought you were using that for Sports Network feed.
Yeah, that
something
might
like
be
that.
it.
Okay.
I'm not
I
real
noticed
familiar
it out
with
there.
sports, so...
I noticed it out there a little bit, but okay. Well, we'd like to thank you for coming on,
Thank you.
and we'll hope to see you on maybe someday the big news in Chicago, or
We'll see.
it'll happen soon, I'm
All
sure.
right.
Maybe
Thanks
we'll
for
see what
having me.
Tom Brokaw.
Thanks.
And that is going to wrap up this week's edition. I always wanted to say that. This week's edition of WCHS Today, and Andy Kerr over here. Let's go over and we can say bye to Andy. And nice tie you got there.
Yeah, that's a real tie.
It's a real
And a
tie,
clip
right?
on.
Nice. Yeah, great. Great show this week. Great show next week. Great show the week after that, if we're in school then.
He's sleeping out there.
Is he? BJ, you awake?
I'm awake. No,
Okay. Coover is really? Wake up, Chris, show's over. Okay, Chris is up now. Thanks for letting us come into your living room this wonderful day in January, the last day in January,
Is it wrong?
for the show at least.
Oh, yeah.
We'll be back in February sometime with another show, and we'd like to thank you for watching, and have a nice night. And let's wake up the control room.